วัสดีค่ะ Hello everyone. Today we are at One Bangkok to meet with mastermind behind the scenes. Let's join us in welcoming คุณ Jeremy Yo, Senior Vice President, Head of District Operations and Facility Management at One Bangkok. He masterfully orchestrates the city operation to ensure they run smoothly. Joining him are two key collaborators, คุณ Leonard O, Chief Executive, Technology Services Business at Certis. He is responsible for the robust platform underpinning One Bangkok infrastructure. And คุณธีรพันธ์ เหลืองนฤมิตชัย Managing Director of TCC Technology. He is the master system integrator who support the project development from inception to going live and still manage close collaboration with One Bangkok team in various areas. We will also talk to them to get their perspective on running such a massive site and their synergy with คุณ Jeremy to ensure the best result for One Bangkok. คุณ Jeremy, Smart City Journey starts with vision. Could you please share One Bangkok vision and the big picture of the real estate industry landscape?
Okay, so the real estate landscape today is one that is not a single property development, right? So it's mixed-use property development. So here in One Bangkok, we have hotels, we have offices, we have retail, malls, we have residential. So we actually call One Bangkok a district, right? One Bangkok district actually is conceptualized with a vision that, of course, we want all our customers to be happy. Experience matters, as what phrases say. So we want to create positive and memorable experiences for, be it you are a tenant staff, or you are a retail customer, or you are a hotel stayer, or you are a residential owner, right? We want experiences to matter most to you and also to us. To make that happen, to help us coordinate across all the various asset classes that we have, technology definitely is one of the important part. In One Bangkok, when we design One Bangkok, the three guiding principles we have are, number one, it must be sustainable, right?
Number two is people-centric. That's what I mentioned just now. Customers matter to us. So people-centric design and development is important to us. Number three is about smart city. We are not just a district. We are powered by technology. We want to deliver experiences, be it physical experiences or digital experiences that really will create the best for our customers. So it's with three guiding principles: sustainability, people-centric, as well as smart city. Together, they form the nucleus of what we think are our key design guidelines. So this actually help us to differentiate ourselves in a very competitive real estate market, to form up all the asset classes together. In today's world, it's not just the physical buildings that matter, but also the software. So it's not just the hardware that matters, also the software and also what we call the hardware. So customer experience is an important part, be it in the physical experience or be it in the digital experience. So that's what we envision One Bangkok to deliver. Be it you are using our app, be it you are using our office turnstile, be it using our smart parking, or be it you are the back of house. The digital experience and the physical experience must be the best for our customers.
So experience matter, right? Okay, what's the business value anticipated from the new digital empowerment model?
Obviously, with superior customer experience, we want to drive repeat customers coming to us. We want our homestayers to be happy. We want our hotel stayers to be happy. Our office tenants, staff to be happy. So creating positive customer experience is definitely one of the business value that we want to achieve and differentiate ourselves in the market, right? But behind that also is about productivity. Property management in the past has always been traditionally very labor intensive, right? You have maids who are cleaning, you have technicians who are checking out all the facility management part, right? You have customer service officers. And so it has been always very labor intensive. But we wanted technology to help us drive productivity in terms of how do we better manage, and not just manage, but coordinate all our resources to deliver the experience that we want to deliver, right? And coordination by nature is already quite complex in a single building. But what more for a district like ours, right? So to power us to coordinate better, we actually need command center. So that is the business value that we were trying to achieve through better coordination, better management of operations, and that will drive the productivity that we are looking out for. And on top of that, with better coordination comes efficiency, right? We are looking at ways that we can optimize how we manage our utilities. We are looking at ways of how we manage our labor. We are looking at ways of how to manage our experience, customer service. So all this come together in an important part when we have a command center set up, right? A command center setup will help us to really manage our utilities, look at trends, optimize our usage, optimize the experience that we deliver, because each of these asset classes require what we call customer touch points, right? What is the best customer touch point to deliver the experience? How do we manage also in terms of crisis, right? How do we coordinate better across all the various operating resources that we have to manage a crisis? I'll talk about the crisis later because recently we have an earthquake, so that part I will share later. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to elaborate more about the differentiation from others?
I think in a very competitive market where everybody is shouting about what they can provide is the best experience, what differentiates us is that we are multiple asset classes coming together. So you could have the best retail experience while working in an office community, right? You can be a tourist and yet you are exposed to the best of Bangkok in One Bangkok, right? So we think this will differentiate us, and like I said, because there are so many various different parts of the asset classes, a differentiating factor definitely is how do we deliver the experience? How do I maintain consistent performance across all the operating resources that we have? So be it you are traffic security guard that's managing an entrance, or you are a security guard that's managing the retail mall, or you are a security guard that's managing the office. We have to orchestrate across all these various physical assets to deliver a consistent and superior customer experience. So I think that part of that district empowerment, that part of that district coordination really help us to differentiate ourselves in terms of efficiency and coordination. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask Kun Leonard, would you like to add about the point how do you think this side is differentiate from others?
So first and foremost, like what Kun Jeremy mentions, the important part when we want to drive what we call customer experience as well as productivity is of paramount importance to bring all the what we call the asset, which is the equipment, whether it's a fire alarm, building automation systems, car park system, and contextualize and bring forward all this information into a single pane of windows. And with that, which means that it provides you what we call a better situation awareness of the area that you are providing services. So when you put in place the people, the processes, and subsequently how you're going to respond when the ears are listening, what we call the sensor, when they activate certain alarms, how the people on the ground is able to respond to that in the quickest manner. And with that tight integrations, and that's where you can give customer what we call better experience, better productivity. So it's important that with all these sensors, everyone are being given what I call a certain identity. And this identity will translate into processes and how subsequently we should respond to all those information that we collected. And data become the soul of how the operation should be running, based on factual, based on the data, and based on the SOP that we put forward to orchestrate the operations.
Okay, so we hear about the experience, the operational efficiency, operational orchestration, and what else? Kun Thirapan would you like to add that?
Just to support like what Jeremy and Leonard mentioned, behind the scene we need several technology infrastructure. First of all is the connectivity. With the new type of the building, we no longer have a different wiring, like for one wiring for fire alarm system, another wiring for another system. So we change everything to be digital connectivity. It's IP based. So then this IP base need to support various systems so that it enable the interoperability between the system, so that it's easier to get the data or how to control other subsystem from this network. And then because we use this network as a backbone network for One Bangkok, and One Bangkok is a very large scale, so this network have to be secure and very robust. We need to build in redundancy. We need to support both wire and wireless connectivity, and at the same time it have to be secure and the future ready, so that later on when we change the technology, the basic infrastructure still need to support this one. The second thing that we have to do is to provide an integration between the operation technology, like maybe building management system with the IT world, so that we can build application on top, so that we can support various application both with the end user and with the operator. And we have to integrate not just only the data within One Bangkok, we also have to integrate from the other channel, maybe the channel from the social media, even the call center. When the people call in, we need to capture that data, digitize it, so that the command center can see all this data. Yeah.
So this another important thing is the integration, right? Seamless integration.
Let me just want to add
Yes.
about the integration part, right? So
please.
in the command center setup we have, it's made out of three key components. Here we have what we call the facility management center. That is where, like what Kuntirapan mentioned, all the various building management system data are being piped into the command center, so that we can better monitor as well as control our fire alarms that was mentioned just now, our air conditioning, and anything that's happening in the building, our command center will know. So that's a facility management center, right? We also have in our command center set up what we call the security operations center. So in One Bangkok, we have thousands of CCTVs with thousands of video feeds layered with video analytics that help us to understand, monitor and control, right, our security situation and our safety situation on the ground. So we have eyes on the ground, right, and we have the data that we can pull, and that help us to, in the words of integration, understand our buildings, understand the customers that is operating and also being using the building. Then of course on top of that, there was this mention of social listening. So we have a contact center that's also as part of the command center setup, right? The contact center handles hundreds of calls and also interactions with the social media every day, right? And that helps us to understand the feedback that we are getting from our customers. And then with all these three put together, it's a very powerful instrument, or we call it a powerful platform, running on data, as what Leonard has mentioned just now. That data understanding with the right analysis then help us to understand what is the experience we are providing today, how can we improve going forward, what are the weaknesses that we have today, how can we deliver a better experience going forward. So the command center is a very powerful setup from that point of view, from the contact center, the facility management center, as well as the security operations center. When all these are put together, it becomes a very powerful tool. Yep.
Just to add on, you know, the important part is really not about buying the latest technology. It's really about getting all the individual technology that you put in place, whether it's BMS, smart analytics, video analytics, so on and so on. It's how to get all these work together in harmony. And that's where you get the what I call the true power of digitalizations. If not, if everything work in silo, you would see this kind of productivity gain that you aspire, what we call in the smart command center. And rightfully pointed, without the smart command center, without aggregating all the sensor touch point, without aggregating all the different services together in a single context, to achieve the final outcome of better response, better productivity, it will be in questions. So command center play a very important role of that.
Now, what's the result that you achieve from this digital empowerment?
What is really helpful so far in terms of operations, right? The superior command and control through better coordination was really helpful. There were a couple of cases. I mentioned just now about the earthquake that we had on 28th of March 2025. The event was never happened before in Bangkok. So there were 6-7 operating components already. How do we then coordinate our response to a crisis or emergency like this? We couldn't have done so if we don't have the command center set up, right? From one single pane of glass, we can see what is really happening on the ground through our various CCTVs, through the data we collect, right? We know what is our building, what is affected, what is not affected. How do we best evacuate our tenants? How do we best resume our operations, right? Those were very critical for real estate business. And having a command center really helped us to solve this because we just have one view and we know what's happening. Be it our buildings, be it our customers, be it our security situation. And then that helps to shape our response to the crisis. So that to me was a very positive example. But with that command center setup, it really helped us to achieve our objective. So that's, I thought, a clear value of what has been delivered, right? The second part of it is actually more related to command and control situations during key events. So on the 31st of December 2024, we have a countdown event. We have more than hundreds of thousands of customers that come to One Bangkok, right? So obviously there might be crowding, there might be issues of emergency because people may faint, people may fall sick. There may be issues of transport because our car park spaces may not be able to hold everybody coming through to us. The MRT linkway may be crowded. So to help us to manage the event, a mega event like the countdown, the command center again delivered value in helping us to command and control our response and our coordination. The sense points, the sensors and the touch points that we have at the MRT, at our car park, and the people counting systems that we have put in place across the entire district help us to make sure that everyone who comes to One Bangkok for the countdown, they are safe, they are secure, and they have a memorable experience, right? So I thought from these two clear business values that we have attained or gathered out of what we have operated so far. Of course, on a day-to-day basis, ensuring a smooth and efficient journey, customer journey, right, for our customers, be it you are an office worker, be it you are staying in Ritz-Carlton, or be it you coming here to shop and dine. Having that safe and secure journey is important, and we want to give the assurance. And better operating coordination help us to deliver that.
So just to add on to that, so there's a lot of heavy lifting that is done at the back-end software. So we provide that Mozart software. So like just now what Jeremy mentioned, so when there's an incident that happened, assuming earthquake, so all the SOPs, all the tasks that the FM should respond to, the security personnel should respond to, all these are wired into the systems. So which means that when this kind of incident happen, at the mobility end, they will be able to know what are the tasks they should be working on, what are the action that they should undertake. And with this, immediately they don't need to go and second guess when this kind of happen, what should I do? So from a system standpoint, you already provide them all the guidance, all the tasking, and they just follow the actions, and then subsequent the cases, all the action that's being taken all the information will go back to the command center. And at the command center, at least you know that all these tasks are being undertaken by this group of personnel responding to it, which is very important. So at the command center, you have full awareness, not just on the incident that happened, but who is reacting to the incident and who is taking what actions. So all these are within a single pane of information that's important to the operations. Yeah.
So Kun Leonard mentioned about SOP, which is the standard operating procedure.
Yeah.
Okay. So now this is the last question. What's your advice for others who would like to embrace the digital and technology?
When we look at operations, there's always three parts. I think the main three parts are always people, process, and technology. They are all interlocked together to deliver the outcomes that we want. Right? So when we talk about digital empowerment, it's also about people, the process, and the right technology. Put together, they become a very powerful platform or a powerful tool. I wanted to say that digital empowerment is like a theater, right? The front stage actors or the actresses cannot perform well unless the backstage is run smoothly. The lighting is smooth, the sound system is smooth, the props and everything are always on point. That delivers that wonderful theatric experience for the audience. So we are nothing short like a theater. Every day we are like a theater. We provide the best front stage experience to our audiences. Be it you're an office worker, you are a retail shopper, or you are a hotel, you are our audience. And we want to provide that superior and good experience to you. But that has to ensure that the backstage is run smoothly, right? So our data, our systems integration, our operational coordination, our resourcing, all these are done at the backstage in a very smooth and efficient way. Then only we can power the front stage. So I would say that digital empowerment, and the advice I want to give is that have a very strong backstage. And in One Bangkok, that's what we strive to set up with the help of TCCtech as well as with Certis. A very strong foundational backstage so that every day we can power up our front stage to deliver the experience. And that's what I think will be helpful for anyone who is on this digital journey.
Yeah, so rightfully pointed, the first step in what we call digitalization, actually it's not about technology. It's about looking at it, what I call, you need to identify and re-engineer the processes. So the processes about what is the role of the command center, what should individual be doing, what is the role of the supervisors, what is the role of the security officer and FM. So in Certis, we call this design thinking. So we put in place the framework to align and ensure everyone understand their individual roles and responsibility, which means that when something happens, everyone is very clear who should be doing what, when, how. All the focus will be very clear. So that will be able to help to drive so-called the efficiency. So it's really not about how good this technology is. It's really not about how effective this technology might be. It's really about putting the technology, people, and the process, tie it together in a bundle, and that is where you will be able to deliver the outcome of what we call being smart, knowing how to respond to when certain immediate situation happens. Yeah.
One Bangkok is already implement a lot of things, and some of this know-how can be shared, can be replicated to the other properties, and at the same time, some of technology you can either create another set or you can share. Depending on several things, like I mentioned about the process, for example, if some of the process, if we can standardize the standard operating procedure across multiple property together, then it will create another set of the opportunity that we can use a certain shared service. We can create the collaboration across the building. For example, you have a mega event and you don't have enough car parking space in your properties, but you have other properties nearby. If we can sync synchronize and we can collaborate among multiple property and can create more like a new type of the synergy scenarios that we can collaborate with each other. But it's depend on the setup. We can either use this, but from technology viewpoint, then technology need to make sure that we are able to scale. Either we use the same platform, scale to multiple property, or we create a separate set of the system for each property.
Jeremy, would you like to wrap up a bit?
Right. Well, as rightly put by Kun Tirapan, technology drives scale and technology drives productivity. I mean, we are in the real estate business where scale and productivity really matters. Providing experience really matters, right? So you don't have to reinvent everything on your own, right? Because we have this partnership, this digital ecosystem that we have the best learnings that we already have, the SOPs that we want to harmonize already being done, and in the process of getting better and improving our SOPs and improving our people and our technology as well. So as mentioned just now, I think we can share this services and this know-how, right, with the rest of the properties, whichever property management that we're talking about. We are prepared to run this journey together with you. Technology is never static. Technology grows old easily, right? So instead of you running on this journey on your own, right, join us, right, in this digital journey and empowerment, so that together and collectively we can have the skill and we can have the productivity and we can deliver experience that really matters. Yeah.
Thank you to all of you for sharing your thought and your experience to inspire others. And this is happening at One Bangkok. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ